light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha, for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast.
We're sending out our major love, and this is my message to you. The planets are lining up, we're bringing brighter days. They're all in line, waiting for you. Can't you see? You're just another part of me. Ain't that the truth? Happy solar return to the world-renowned king of pop, Michael Jackson. Now that's how you start out Virgo season, baby. I'm Ayansa J Muse, bringing you the mystics, the music, and the mojo on 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. It's after your 9 o'clock hour, 3 minutes past to be exact, if you're in the Central Standard Time Zone. This is your Mars-ruled, Ogun venerated Toolsdaily, and I'd like to say thank you to your Ori, your ancestors and spirit guides for leading you here tonight. And if you don't already know, baby, I am Ayansa J Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves. And this is 222.9 The Mothership. We've been celebrating the divine masculine fathers of song all day long, but I was tripping with myself. I got so busy in cooking up all that other mojo I got coming for you that I forgot to put together a program for Michael Jackson's birthday. Oh, shame on me. So I had to slip into that spontaneity space, pull out them Prairie View Theater improv skills, and serve it to you right. So that's what we've been doing here on the Mothership. It is day 2 of the week, Ibashe Ojo Ishegun, or the day of victory. So, what mountains did Ogun help you climb? What roads did he open, and which ones did he block to lead you to your highest destiny? You got 2 hours and some change to figure that out. If you guys go by the Christian doctrine in the Genesis book, chapter 1, verse 2, day 2 of the week was the day that the Most High separated the land from the sea. And when that happened, well, then the way was opened up for creatures to be born, but not before the solar system was created. So here we are, aligning with the ways of the quasars here on 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio. Today is the turn-up day for Aries people and Scorpio people because Mars is your ruling planet, but we'll be headed into a 7th planetary retrograde in Mars coming up in just a couple of days. If you've been rocking with us on the Mothership all day long, you had some heart chakra sleep meditation to rockabye you from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. You had the rising Bimbe to Ogun from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and the divine masculine fathers of song all day long. a couple mystic teachings at my 3 o'clock hour, the Paradopotis, and that's when the ancestral spirit of Michael Jackson bogarted right between the 4 and the 5 o'clock hour, and we've been moonwalking it over here ever since. As a matter of fact, those of you that are watching from the videos, you know, my Twitter, my YouTube, my Facebooks, my Instagram, don't just beam up to the groove of the orbit. Make sure you beam up to the actual mothership. Because when we wrap tonight's forecast, I'm going to go right back into my Michael Jackson groove with one more slow grooving hour. Ashe, ashe. But here's what the mothership has to offer on Tuesdays. Green vegetations, plant magic, Ibashe Ogun, Ibashe Onile, Ibashe Ochosi, heart chakra, jazz, voices of the fathers, Mars. Welcome to Tuesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm Ayansa J. Muse, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. And yes, we are over here moonwalking it today, an ancestral salute to the world-renowned king of pop, Michael Jackson. And we also got 6 planets in a retrograde headed into a 7th one, and I call that when the planets do the moonwalk. Ah, Ah, so it's the 29th of August 2023, and today Obatala and Ogun energy kind of merged today, as in many Ifa Orisha traditions, Ogun is venerated on Tuesday. The daily numerology is an 8, and 8 is the number sacred to the Orisha Obatala, patience, purity, hand in hand with taking action. Ain't that some creating balance? But you need the patience of Obatala with 6 planets doing a moonwalk. Ashe, ashe. Well, also in mastery, because 8 is an infinity number, 11, that's the number of Ochozi who rolls tough with Ogun. And with patience of Obatala mixed with the actions and the tools of Ogun, the energy that comes to me speaks along the lines of, it's better to measure 10 times and cut once than have to cut once, cut twice, cut 10 times, and got to go back and duct tape and super glue and just make a whole big funky mess. Be okay with taking the patience it needs to carve out the details, because once you do it and you set it in motion, you ain't got to go back and touch it again. So when you get it right the first time, so you don't have to go back and revisit things. But sometimes it takes the patience of Obatala to carve out the details of mastery with Ogun's tools in your hands. Ashe. The moon is waxing tonight in the 11th house of Aquarius, so that's speaking to the house of knowledge. So, with that moon moving forward in Aquarius, but Aquarius is house 11. So there's a double Ochosi essence there with the 11th Tuesday of summer solstice, and Aquarius being the 11th house of the zodiac. Those of you that practice Orisha tradition, this may be a good time to pay Mr. Ochosi and Ogun a visit, because that energy is thick today and time is moving fast, and we need all the fast tracking we can get. Those of us that are, on the road less traveled and building the kingdom and the queendom to come. Ashe, ashe. So, the moon waxing in Aquarius, right, with both of the planets doing the moonwalk, how do you work with that? Retrograde energy is when you are called to sit in stillness and kind of reflect more than you act. That's why, even though Ogun is the forward action energy, Obatala's energy is here tonight to counteract that. Patience is key, because to obtain spiritual knowledge, must one be still and silence all the outside noise in order to hear the Spirit speak. I'm Mayantha J. Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with quasars and the 65th solar return of the world renowned king of pop, Michael Jackson. Ashe.
I painted this one green for you. Listen. Ojo es según noonday, Tuesday, the sun is high, lush. But concrete city life has Mars in overdrive. I bring the elixir, the medicine, the poultice, from equinox to solstice, viridescent like the essence of the heart's house, you'll notice. A cool breeze for green firestones, parados relax in the heart of my clearing. So here you go. Sip with delight.
And I answer J. Muse, short poem.
I'm gonna give it up to the Baba now.
Ogun owns all the roads, all the metals, including the steel. Tuesdays heal the heart, sacred as well to the Orisha Ogun. So let's bring some indigenous rhythms to your Toolsdaily Heart's Pulse. Join me every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to feel your still pulse. A few hours of Afrobeat and reggae rhythms to give your Tuesday an indigenous vibe. Featuring Fela Kuti, Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley, Houston's own DRUM, and many more. The Steel Pulse, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesdays on your Mystic Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. And we are back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm Mayantha J. Muse, the mother of the mothership, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio, bringing you your nightly mystic forecast. So, if you were born on today, first off, you are a lucky something something because you share the same birthday with Michael Jackson. I'm a little bit jealous, just a little ski taste, but all right. If you were born on this day, when you choose, you can be an amusing and entertaining talker. You are fond of music and art, enjoy intellectual recreation, and like the society of cultured people. You are somewhat serious, and the lighter things do not interest you. You have few close friendships. Sounds like you got some good energy that you got to protect there, babies. So if this is your solar return, may Olodumare, your ancestors, and the Orishas bless you with many, many more filled with Bobo E-Ray. And those of you who are in the other 11 zodiac houses, don't drink that haterade. Haterade is not alkaline. Make sure that you are showing all of the Virgos in your life some extra love as they turn up in their season. Because you know good and damn well that when your zodiac season rolls around, you going to want somebody to help you turn up. So go ahead on and put that good karma in the universe for yourself and show the Virgos in your life some love. We are still in the first decan of Virgo season. So if you were born between the 22nd and the 3rd of September, you are 100% Mercury ruled. 100% Virgo, and ain't no cut on your Virgo dope. And in the comedic way of the stars, we are in the season of Geb, or the spirit of Mother Earth, whom African spirituality calls Onile. Ashe, Ashe. In the zodiac system of the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are in the season of the kola nut until September 3rd, and that is an earth sign as well. Strongest sense is the taste, strongest body part is the sex organs. Well, we gonna say that for another conversation. Speaking of moons, yes, the moon is waxing in Aquarius tonight, but we are headed for a super full moon coming up in a couple of days. So y'all make sure that y'all prepare for the actually, yeah, a couple of days. So this month, August 2023, was full moon in and full moon out, baby. How you love that mother energy. So make sure you align with those moons. Get those prayers done. Fire them candles up as long as they're in good standing, array, and in positive intent. And we can raise this vibration together as one humankind nation under a planetary groove. Sounds damn good to me. Ugh. So we are 6 planets in retrograde, 6 planets doing the moonwalk, and we're headed into a seventh and eighth because Ogun's planet, Mars, is coming to retrograde on September 3rd, and Jupiter, the Shango planet, is right behind them. So we are about to be 8 planets in retrograde at the same time. No, wait, 7, because the same day that Jupiter comes in retrograde, Venus gonna be moving out. So we gonna be 7 planets and move backwards, moonwalking energy. So that places most of humanity under a space of reflection while moving forward. Isn't that going to be a funny dance of electric chairs? But anywho, let's talk about these planets that are moonwalking as we speak. At the top of the list, we got Pluto. That is Scorpio energy. So if you are a Scorpio or close to a Scorpio, give yourself a little bit of ease, honey, because Pluto, Ogun Ray energy, is in moonwalk mode from May 1st in the house of Aquarius until October 11th. Since it's the furthest rock from the sun and Earth, it's the most subtle of retrogrades. You want to embrace your transformation, close your old chapters, close your in relationships, old relationships that no longer serve your higher being, and you just want to allow those little subtle changes to take root. And that's going to take honor in this thing we call the Ori. But I got some mojo coming up on that. Don't worry about it. Next planet, this is for Capricorns and Aquarians. If you are a Capricorn, an Aquarian, or are close to one, heads up. Your main planet is in retrograde. And this is Eshu and Babalu energy for those of you that practice Orisha tradition. It is the planet of the trickster, the planet of karma, discipline, power, and carnal balance. We went in on June 17th. We'll be coming out on November 4th in the house of Pisces. This is where you learn your important life lessons, and don't just learn them and go back to the same old hill of beans. Apply the things you learn and let your past life lessons change your life for a better future. Ashe. Embrace those deeper crossroads between your ego and your spirit. Keep your priorities in check. Make sure that the intentions of your ego and the intentions of your spirit are one and the same. Practice your self discipline. Allow yourself to experience your deepest of spiritual expressions. Okay? And know that there are rewards, many rewards ahead for spiritual self mastery. Ashe, ashe. Okay, Piscean people. Now, some of y'all may be in a bit of a pickle because the strongest retrograde that's going on, besides Uranus, is in Neptune, because Neptune is for Pisces people. That's your ruling planet. So if you are one or are close to one, be easy on yourself. Why? Because Neptune's retrograde, this moonwalk energy is potent because Neptune is retrograding in its own strongest house, Pisces. And this is the planet that deals with, connects more to Olokun energy in my resonance, Yamaja energy, divine compassion, divine love, spirituality, ideals, even confusion. And we went in on June 30th. We're coming out on December 6th. So be mindful of delusionism. Be very clear between what's your delusion and what's your reality. What are you putting your energy towards? And are you putting your energy towards your highest destiny? That is a direct connect between what's the downloads you get from your spirit and the ones that drip drop down to earth. Reaccess your dreams because life is a dream. Avoid vices because they're a form of escapism. Not to mention, when a lot of dreamy energy is going on here, this is when you want to be careful with vices because vices, especially things like alcohol, drugs, even mushrooms, things like that, those are gateways for other entities to enter your being. And you don't want to call nothing foreign down that you don't know how to get rid of. Ashe? Ashe. Tauruses and Libras, Oshun, your ruling planet, Venus, is in retrograde. That's Oshun energy. This is a short retrograde that'll be over in just a few days. We went in on July 23rd in the house of Leo. We'll be coming out on September 4th in the house of Leo. Not a good time to start new relationships. So, those of you that are a little hot for somebody, you only got a few more days to lock it down if you live in aligned. It's not a good time to start new relationships because you got lessons to learn from past relationships. So, this is a season of the return of the ex. Some exes return to make peace. Some exes return so you can create proper closure. Some exes return to show you how far you've grown, and some exes return because it's time for them to become current. Ashe? So trust your wisdom, trust your intuition, and stay calm. Love's gonna work itself out. If you're considering doing anything beauty related, cosmetic surgeries, tattoos, anything that involves knives and needles, you might want to hold off until after September 4th. Because with the planet of beauty moving backwards, you don't want to run a risk of coming back botched, do you? I wouldn't recommend it. I would also not recommend that during Venus retrograde you spend money on frivolous things. Because with the planet of love and the planet of money and abundance moving backwards, that just might be Yeye Oshun and the Orisha Aj calling you to look at what you already have and give thanks for that. Ashe. And it's harder to give thanks for what you got when you're always out trying to get more. Sometimes less is more. So refraining on spending on frivolous things helps teach you that. Ashe. Ashe. Ibashe issue again because he moonwalking on Saturn energy and Mercury retrograde number 3 of 2023. Ooh, he loves his threes. We went in Mercury retrograde on August 23rd and we'll be coming out on September 15th. So if you are a Gemini or a Virgo, be easy on yourself because your planet is popping the moonwalk. If you're having some issues with technology, that's a part of it. Those of you that practice Orisha traditions, you may want to go see a shoe, go see Ogun. Rub some palm oil on some things to make sure that everything stays smooth. You know what I mean? Do not sign new contracts or enter into any new agreements until after September 15th. Because with the planet of communication, communicating to the gods, communication with people. Eshu is the Orisha of communication. That Xerox they called Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So with that energy moving backwards, miscommunication is bound to be afoot. And you want miscommunications and intentions to be crystal clear when you go into something new. And Mercury retrograde tends to make that a little harder. So watch out for that. Be ready for Groundhog Day in all past relationships because as Venus retrograde brings back the ex lover energy, Mercury retrograde tends to bring back ex lovers, ex friends, colleagues, estranged family members, and all these different types of relationships. And this is where you evaluate, this is where you have time to forgive, at places you may need to make peace. And just because you make peace with people of your past, it doesn't mean that they belong in your future. Let their current actions reveal that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right. So Aquarians get hit twice because just last night we were 1 day fresh into Uranus retrograde. Yes, it's true. Oya's planet of intuition has officially busted the moonwalk yesterday. And it's the planet of intuition, shake-ups, sudden changes designed to challenge your beliefs. So allow yourself to free yourself from outdated patterns of thinking that no longer serve your spiritual being. As long as those things are a graduation into ascendance, and not an invite to debauchery. So, Aquarians, y'all get hit twice. We're in on last night, August 28th, and we're not coming out of Uranus's retrograde until January 27th of next year. So, this is a really strong retrograde, a long, strong retrograde that is like Neptune retrograding in its strongest house, Aquarius. So, with all this planetary energy moving backwards, make sure you guys are taking the time to rest, reflect. If things aren't happening as fast as you want them to, it's because they're not supposed to, darling. And that's the difference between living in our timing and living aligned with divine timing. I'm Mayonza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. When I come back, we are going to get into your tarot draw. Ah, Shay. All this spiritual stuff. You need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a starseed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing. Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual signs? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in Ancestral J. Muse's Orbit. Ancestral J. Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So, don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership, Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In Ancestral J. Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred. And we're back. So, those of you that are just now joining us, I'm Ancestral J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the mystic, the music, and the mojo on your nightly forecast. So, if you're listening over the airwaves of 222.9 The Mothership from your Android, iPhone, desktop, and any and all things that connect with a Bluetooth, you're hearing this reading over the sounds of Kool and the Gang's Summer Madness. And yes, this summer, I can't speak for y'all, but this summer has definitely brought me some madness, but it's led me to some higher places. This summer heat has provided a sauna and a detox, so I hope y'all are making the most out of this heat, because maybe, just maybe, Mother Earth, Ibashe Onile, turned up the heat just a little bit so we can get outside and detox some things. I mean, if we're going to spend the bread to hang out in saunas, why not get the free one from nature? Just saying. If you are watching this from my Tweety bird that they done turned into a black X, my Instagram and Facebooks, you are looking at my Comedic Tarot deck, which I feature each and every Tuesday on the Mothership to get your special reading. And tonight, I think the Oracle has a lot to say, but it starts out at the cover with the Five of Cups inverted. Now, we all know that cups is the suit of water. And when you turn a cup upside down, what happens? What's in it pours out, right? Right. So the Five of Cups turns upside down speaks to a message of being downpoured on. Ah. So for some of you, this downpour is going to be of immense blessings. For others of you, it's going to be a return on the investments you've given that may not have been so good. So what this speaks to also is reconciliations in relationships. And with all these planets moving in retrograde, it makes perfect sense. So, for some of you, your exes will be returning for good reason to build the next chapter. But you have to be willing to weather the storm and build that construction site before a new structure can be erected. Now, I'm going to set this one over here because what I did was, I like to flip the deck over to find out what else we need to know here. And so, the first story of the first page of the book is the Dazzling Light. And it is one of the major arcane cards, but it too has shown up inverted. And the message of this card is to keep your love a secret. But because it shows up inverted, the opposite of that message is don't be afraid to love out loud. Because when you love out loud, it gets contagious. And then when everybody's loving out loud, that's just another way of creating more of a positive vibration here on planet Earth. So, right now, things are being kept secret in a lot of your love lives because there are things that are even being kept a mystery to you, even, from the spirit world. I feel a lot of this message is for a lot of people that have divinely binded connections, twin flame connections, soulmate connections. And soulmate connections kind of suck sometimes because they challenge our patience. We're so in love, we see it so perfectly, but we still have to allow the universe to do its work so that the connection comes together when it's supposed to come together, not when we want it to come together. So we're looking at the warrior of the sword here. So this is speaking to someone who there's someone that is releasing or riding that horse into another realm of being. And what that requires is destruction, kind of like a tower moment situation. So there are a lot of things that are crumbling around a specific male figure in your life, or if you're a woman. And if you're a man and this is a karmic partner that you may be getting rid of, or a karmic partner that you're riding away from. If you are a man and you're getting this reading, you may very well be the warrior of the sword. So if you're going through changes, especially challenging, intense changes surrounding women, then allow those structures to fall so that you can get to where you need to get. Some of y'all are hiding your ladies in private so that the other ones will not know that you're off the market. And that's going to come back and bite you square in your ass if you don't cut it out. Letting you know now. So, with the warrior of the sword, this is a fight here. And swords is a suit that deals with thinking. So, this also deals with a lot of negative thinking that has to be shifted and cut out before you can manifest, your next higher level of spiritual being. Ashe. Let's go one more in. Oh, Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords speaks to destruction. That's an Oya card, definitely. But the beauty of Oya destroying things in your life is that she never destroys anything that's not clearing the space for something better. But if you look at these cards, you will see some of the swords are turned out, some of the swords are turned in. So the swords that are turned out represent protection, how you're protected from negative things in your life that you don't even realize you're protected from. But the swords turning inward is the spirit showing you where you are your own worst enemy. Last page of tonight's reading, we got the Mistress of the Pentacle. So, for many of you male figures, let me go a couple of pages back to the Master of the Sword. Whatever you're running away from, whatever chapters you're closing, whatever toxic women you're getting out of your life, you are preparing yourself to receive your queen. This also speaks to assistance from women in high places. So fellas, If you aren't already, get yourself aligned with the divine feminine essence wisdom. Don't let bad experiences with imbalanced women make you hate women altogether. Cause see, the universe is tricky, Ibashe, and they bring blessings through whoever they want. So you don't want to miss your blessing from a woman in a high place because you're mad about one you had no business with in the first place. And I'm gonna stop right there because we gotta get to what happens when Mars passes the baton to Mercury and Uranus, when Ogun shifts it over to his wife Oya, and Tuesday turns into Wednesday, the week's climax. Should you want a tarot reading, please see the link in the comments section that gives you access to the entire Ayansa J Muse orbit. I'm Ayansa J Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast on radio for the road less traveled. 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.
Tarot readings. A lot like peach cobbler. You may have had them before, but you've never tried mine. 12 months, 13 cards, a yearly prediction only needing to be done once a year. Great for New Year celebrations and or solar returns. The Sun Circle Tarot Reading, a signature spread by Ayansa JT Muse, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutique. If you are hearing this over Mothership Airwaves, visit 222.9 The Mothership's Facebook page for the links to book your appointment. If you are seeing this online, simply click the link in the description box below this video to book your Sun Circle reading appointment. Ashe. A question on the heart is the spirit's thirst for clarity. Readings, consultations, I call them intuitive counseling sessions, but you know what I mean. They're kind of like gumbo or peach cobbler. You may have tried many, but you haven't had mine. I can say I met the divine when I was about 9. Ever since I was 16, I found myself wondering, do I have an invisible "please come tell me your business" sign taped to my forehead? Then one day I was sitting at the bus stop at a crossroad, and I had the audacity to ask the goddess, why was I even sent to earth? And I became an ethereal, intuitive counselor. And the universe has been answering that question over and over again, one phone call at a time, for the last 9 years. From there, in between sessions, I began to relentlessly apply, align, and study the ways of the stars and of the ancients. 3 years in, Orisha priestesshood to Oya came knocking. Hence the Iya in the name Iyansa J, Iyansa, an Oya praise name. Oya is the Orisha who brings radical transformation and change. Make no mistake about it now, baby. I am no soothsayer. I am no fortune teller. I'm not a private investigator. I don't cast love spells. I'm not an emotional punching bag. I'm not a spiritual trash dump. I am not a haven for jinn spirits. I give guidance with clarity, with wisdom, with love, with truth. I unlock keys to your spiritual growth and your highest destiny according to your unique design. Ready for some evolutionary change? Let's talk.
And we are back. Shout out to my Ori Speaks 444. Thank you for the love and for the support of the station and the channel. And if you will, by all means, please spread the word because this mojo is thick and I'm a bit of an introvert. So I just like to say thank you to the people who are showing appreciation to the mojo and the beam up that they're getting from 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio. So let's take a minute. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath and let's see tomorrow into today.
Did you enjoy the work and greenery wisdom of the Paradopotis? Well, I hope you did, because now it's time to take to the skies on my Wednesdaily blog, The Malbec Planetarium. That's www.poeticallymuse.org/Malbec Planetarium. That's POETICALLYMUSED.org/MALBEPLANETARIUM. Bet you won't join me there tomorrow to learn a few secrets of the quasars. Ashe.
All right, so it is officially the Wednesday week's climax. And if you've been rocking with 222.9 The Mothership when Wednesday started, then you started out at 12 a.m. with some third eye sleep meditation. So balance all that out while you sleep. Then from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the rising Bembe to Oya and the exotic mothers of groove all day long. Now at 6 o'clock, I'm a little selfish on Wednesdays because that's my mama Oya's day. And we got poetry just from the bars of my journal with Rhyme the Underground Gospel, the Iansa J Muse Poetry Hour. Then we're going to smooth it out with some more exotic mothers of song before your 9 o'clock forecast. And what's so special about this Wednesday to come? There's a double scoop of Oya energy just dangling there in your face right there before your new blue rare supermoon. There's a lot of powerful energy in the air that's shifting every day. And when you know how to capture it in the moment, oh, life gets so magical. So it will be August 30th, 2023, and the day vibrates on an 18-9. And 9 is the number sacred to the Orisha Oya, honey. 9 is also 3 squared, so there's a scoop of Eshu energy in there, 3 by 3. And Mercury is the one of Eshu's planets, the communicator of the gods, but he can have 2. He got it like that. That's Mercury and Saturn that resonate most with Eshu's energy. But then on Wednesday, the day's climax, it takes 1 octave up to Uranus, where intuition meets intellect. And Uranus is where Queen Oya is sitting pretty. And you know what's funny? This is an interesting Wednesday climax because both of its planetary rulers, Mercury and Uranus, are both in retrograde. So this is an interesting turn-up day for Virgos, Geminis, and Aquariuses because the week is at a climax, and we all know what a good climax feels like. But retrograde energy. So you channel the sexual energy backwards. Pull it back into your system. Let it soak through your loins. Then you can channel it to other places where it could be far more productive. Moon's full in Pisces, 12th house, as we shift from the Piscean age of belief into the Aquarian age of knowing. The 12th and final house. Ooh, that's some powerful stuff. And you got Oya energy there. So make sure you make that offering to her or that prayer to her if you practice the Orisha tradition, because she is going to definitely be turned up tomorrow. It's the second Wednesday of Virgo season and the 10th of summer solstice. So you got some 5 by 2 energy in there with that number 2. 5x2, I mean. So Oshun is the 5 and the 10, that makes it a double. So you got some Oshun energy to work with there too. So make sure you soak all that energy up. Make sure you get it in good. Align with that energy, and the 222.9 The Mothership is here to help you align with the groove of the quasars. Check it out. Wednesdays, Mercury, Uranus, purples, Ibashe Oya, Ibashe Nanaburu, maroons, exotic voices of the mothers. Welcome to Wednesdays on the Mothership. 222.9. Beam up. And that concludes your nightly mystic forecast. If you are listening to this at 10 p.m., 9 p.m., stay tuned, because in 13 minutes, we're going to get right back into the grooves and ancestral salute to the world-renowned king of pop, Michael Jackson. But we're going to get more into the smooth, mellow, ballad, even baby-making tunes of Michael Jackson. Yeah, he got a few of those. If you are hearing this at 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the rising Bimbe to Oya. Just remember that the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. I'm Ayansa J. Muse, and this has been your nightly mystic forecast on radio for the road less traveled, 222.9 The Mothership. I'm going to give y'all a little ski taste, those of y'all that are watching from the videos. I'm going to start this one off with, let's see. I'm thinking of somebody right now that gives me butterflies. So I'm going to let him sing to me about it. Y'all are welcome to join. Beam up. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.